what is the framework for supply chain, then you will be knowing the structure of supply chain. Then how do you look at the value chain from the supply chain point of view? Then what is optimization supply chain? These are the main objectives of this supply chain. So these are the fundamental aspects of supply chain. So in this unit, you are going to see what is supply chain, the concept of supply chain, objectives of supply chain, functions of supply chain, and framework of supply chain. Also reverse supply chain, value chain, optimization. Yeah, please. Yeah. Anything you'd like to say? Hello? Any question? Please. Hello? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We can able, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is the introduction part. If you see the supply chain management is, it is a network of organizations. It is a network of players, different players. The moment you talk about supply chain management, it is supply. It is all supply related. So how are you supplying goods and services to the customers? Or how are you supplying raw materials to different manufacturing organizations? How are you supplying? So it is all management of suppliers from supply chain. So the moment you talk about supply and demand, so there is a demand.
Got it.
There is a demand for a product or service, and then you are going to deliver goods. You are going to supply the product, and you are going to supply raw materials for processing. So this is how do you supply? How do you balance the supply and demand? That is very important. So if supply is greater than demand, or supply is less than demand, what do you do? So supply should be equal to demand. That is the ideal situation, but it is not going to happen always. Either supply can be more than the demand, or supply can be less than the demand. These two situations we are going to see in supply chain management. So that's why. So in the operations management strategy, how do you achieve the competitive advantage? So when you want to make operations, so we are coming to the definition part later. So supply chain management, supplying goods and services to the demand points, to the various demand points. These demand points can be customers, these demand points can be manufacturing organizations and other production systems, all this. Suppose if you say, if you take an example of a chemical manufacturing company or paper manufacturing company, or you say automobile manufacturing company. So each manufacturing company is going to have its own supply chain. Even if you say Walmart is one supply chain, Reliance is one supply chain. So like that, each individual organization is going to have its own supply chain where different goods and services are going to be transported from one place to another place, finally reaching to customers. So how do you reach your product to the customer, and what are the stages involved before it reaching the customer? So all these activities, chain of activities, are supply chain activities, and the players who are involved, like suppliers, transporters, and manufacturers, and retailers, wholesalers, retailers, then all customers, they are all players. These are the stakeholders in supply chain. So all these stages are linked together, so it is supply chain. So the moment you talk about supply chain management, so the linkage, the established linkage for smooth flow of material, financial flow, all flows should be integrated, and you have to see that how the product is going to be transported to the customer without any disturbance. So smooth flow has to be ensured. That's why here it is the managing the entire flow of information, materials, and services. This is very important. Here, if you see here, managing, this is the one part of understanding. How do you manage the entire supply chain from suppliers to customers to production and distribution, transportation, and wholesalers, all So here the information is very important. So the information is coming from the customer. The customer is giving information, his order. The customer is giving an order. That information has to be coming to tailor, then wholesaler. Then that information has to be brought back to manufacturer. So he is going to plan all the manufacturing has to be based on the raw materials. So for raw materials, he has to again have it. He has to share the information to suppliers. Suppliers again, suppliers. Like that, you have everything is interlinked. So today you are able to get a particular product or service online. The product in online, you are getting the product in 1 hour, 2 hours. It depends on the type of product. If it is a food product, food supply chain. If it is automobile product, automobile supply chain. If it is a suppose if it is a electronic component, electronics supply chain. It's like the very product and service is going to be linked with the supply chain. Supply chains are again linked to other supply chains. Like you say, a hospital, the supply chain linked with many other manufacturers. A hospital is required some equipment, a medical equipment. So medical equipment supply chain. Or in hospital requires some stationary equipment, stationary items. So from that supply chain. So like that, in a single organization, hospital is a big supply chain. And in the supply chain, there are many supply chains are going to work parallel. So that's why supply chain consists of many supply chains which are working together. This linkage between the supply chains, or you can say organizations, coordination between organizations. Ultimately, the product flows will be smooth, and information flows will be smooth, and material flows will be smooth. Material, information, and finance flow, material flow, and then information. These flows are very important. So ultimately, the supply chain, how do you manage the supply chain? So you have to integrate all the important three flows. Three flows we discussed just now. These flows are very important. So information and funds. So these three flows are product flow, information flow, funds. These three flows you have to manage in the supply chain. That's what supply chain is. So it the material flow, information flow, all this. So this integration requires a lot of cooperation among people. So if people should coordinate each other, and sharing should be there, and then finally efficiency and effectiveness is going to be improved. So when all the flows are integrated and there is an efficiency, there is no delay in the product, and the product is going to reach the customer within no time, as per schedule, and very fastly within the required delivery schedule, and the right quantity, right place, right product, right price, everything. So that's why you have efficiency and effectiveness coming into picture. So supply chains can work as a cohesive. That means, I told you, supply chain of hospital, a supply chain of an automobile company is to take. So a supply chain of automobile company needs to go ahead, contract with suppliers, different component suppliers, that is a different supply chain. Painting, so painting is again, they have to purchase painting at the finished goods. The car is assembled, you have to go give a labeling and paint. So painting is again painting supply chain is there. And you have a tires required for assembly. So tires is again tires organization, you have to have a collaboration. So like that, supply chains work as a cohesive, singularly competitive, singularly large, vertically integrated form without significant financial investment for the chain. So this is the theoretical part. But here, the basic part, that is the difference between vertically integrated supply chains and horizontally integrated supply chains. Vertically integrated supply chains, you are going to have a integrated suppliers. But your suppliers are also part of your organization. So your supply chain relationship with suppliers are very important. Yeah, that's why supply chain partners, supply chain is always a dynamic. Dynamic and partners can change, but the partner will look at for long-term advantage. That's very important. So if a supplier is not supplying a material for a long time, consistently, right material, so definitely your production is going to be hampered. So the production is hampered, then definitely you are unable to meet the customer requirement. When you are unable to meet the customer requirements, means you are losing the market share. Your sales will come down. So all these things are having a linkage effect. So continuously, because one particular disturbance in the supply chain is going to create finally break to the supply chain link. That's why the linkage will be very strong and there should be material flow, information for financial flow. So that's why here you have to think what is supply chain. So supply chain refers to the way the material flow through different organizations, starting with raw materials and ending with finished goods delivered to customers. So this already been discussed just now, the way that materials flow through different organizations. So you may require, suppose you are producing a particular paper manufacturing. Paper manufacturing requires so many chemicals required. So chlorine required. So every supply chain, every item is going to be linked to supply. So those supply chains are very important. So we have to integrate into your organization so that raw material flow going to happen, ending with the finished goods. So it is again, it is a system of organizations, people, activities, information, and resources involved in moving a product or service from supplier to customer. This is what supply chain. How do you move a product from supplier to customer through customer? So if you see a diagram here, this is actually you can see from your material, just showing you from the material only. So here the suppliers, so they are suppliers supplying different material, raw material to the manufacturers, and these manufacturers produce finished goods here, then store in the warehouse, distribution center, then customer. So here actually what happens here, here there are costs. Material costs will be there initially, then material has to be transported to manufacturing, transported, then manufacturing. So once the material is reached, then material is to be transformed or processed. So that is one manufacturing cost. Then finished goods from the manufacturing facility has to be supplied to the warehouse. The material is stored, in warehouse storage point. Your inventory cost will be there. Again, from warehouse, you will be getting different orders to different customers. You will transport different customers. Again, transporting. So, transportation cost. Here, transportation cost. This is raw material transportation cost. This is distribution. After again, you have manufacturing cost, material cost, inventory cost. All these costs are total supply chain cost. What is the total? Like here, supplying here, shipping industry and manufacturing industry. And here, this is power plant, and then some other components are there. So different suppliers and supplying different industries. And these output of the industries will be moving to customer and sometimes moving to patient and moving to pharmaceutical companies like that. We have different customers. That's why as we come to understand that supply chain organization, supply chain is a network of organizations. Upstream and downstream. So this part is from suppliers to manufacturers for upstream, and manufacturers to customers in downstream. So that's why upstream operations is suppliers. That is upstream. That means manufacturers up to it's also inbound logistics. It's also called inbound logistics. Raw material inputs to production companies. So once the finished goods is transferred, finished goods are ready, finished goods are there, then you have to transport to warehouses, storing products. So this transportation is called outbound logistics. It's called outbound logistics, or you can say downstream. Downstream is to customers, upstream is towards suppliers. Then you can see the supply chain sequence of suppliers, transporters, warehouses, packers, distributors, supply chain concept, we have the suppliers, transporters, warehouses, and then manufacturers, wholesale distributors. Yes, even suppliers transporting the raw material and also it is going to be stored in the raw material warehouse. And finished goods are manufactured at the manufacturing facility, then again stored in wholesalers, retailers. So raw material storage will be there. Some organizations and finished goods storage. There are sometimes finished goods will be directly sent to customers. So different companies have different supply chains, but different parts in there, different stakeholders in there. And depends on the nature of the supply operation. Suppose if it's service supply chain, Walmart supply chain, so they have a type with suppliers. Production, they are not the suppliers, they get from the suppliers directly distributing to different customers, transporting different customers. That's trading companies. All these companies are financial companies. All these companies, their transaction process and then finally customers. So there's no facility, there's no percentage, nothing. So in that case, so supply chain is not going to be supply chains or manufacturing supply chains. Manufacturing supply chains will have all suppliers manufacturing. Have only from distribution point of view. Manufacturing organization suppliers, maybe many suppliers will be there. The raw material and storage will be there. Then manufacturing and storage of finished goods, then distributor, then retailer, then customer. This is manufacturing. For service organization, you have suppliers, storage. Then you don't have this manufacturing facility. Right? Supplier may be supplying from the manufacturing facility, but they're not part of it. And supply A and B, supply two suppliers, then storage will be there. So these suppliers will be supplying finished goods only, like a trading company. So based on the customer demand, suppose you want the computers, you want some it's a retail outlets, it's a retail outlets. Retail supply chain, these retail outlets. So this retail outlets will have all finished goods, different brands of products in there, and directly they are storing them. So the difference between service and manufacturing supply chain is this point will not be there. This basically will not be there. Directly, goods transfer, final product are finished goods to be transferred to. So here, how you see gamble. Suppose there is an example of open gamble or vendor supply chains are connected to this. Gamble will be consumer goods company. So how the supply chain you can see it is going to have a detergent supply chain. The Procter & Gamble company have a detergent. They manufacture detergents for manufacturing the detergents, processing the detergents. They have different supply chain you see here. Once the detergent and goes to gem, will be the first thing. Here, customer is going to give order to the supermarket. So this supermarket will allow what happens. He has to get from the third party distribution center. So he has to get material, the detergent. So we can say that he has to get the third party distribution center. This distribution center, how do they get from Procter & Gamble? Procter & Gamble. So this Procter & Gamble to manufacture the detergent, they require plastic. They get plastic producer. Then this plastic producer oil company. This Procter & Gamble manufacture not only plastic producer, but they also have packaging of the detergent and also oil company. Again, this packaging, for packaging, they require paper manufacturing. And for the paper manufacturing, you require timber industry, wood or timber industry. And this is a retail outlet, like you can say that Procter and Gamble company, or the England company to say. So in customer is giving the demand, but here this is the link. So the market distribution level, this is supply chain. One sector. This supply chain is linked to chemical manufacturing supply chain. This supply chain is linked to packaging or paper supply chain, paper manufacturing supply chain. So one supply chain is plastic or chemical manufacturing supply chain, plastic producer supply chain, then paper supply chain, then there are three supply chains in there. These three supply chains are going to be inputs to the Procter and Gamble supply chain to produce. So this is actually the demand flow. The demand and it's giving the creating the demand in other unit, then again derive demand here, then the manufacturing demand. What exactly we have to go on to produce, manufacture, produce some product like they what all the requirement. Based on everything takes are required, then how much is plastic required, how much is packaging required, how much paper is required, everything that you can see. So the key Taliban, key Taliban has developed this. Doctor, this is a point this from supply chain management. Time 1982. So based on that teaches to end customer represents cumulative effect of organizations. So every product that is have different stages, retailers, wholesalers, manufacturers. Waves are integrated, that is called supply chain. And supply chains also existed for long time. Most organizations have paid attention to what was happening with the four walls. No, not like that. So to manage entire chain of activities and how they are going to affect. So that's the linkage part. The supply chains are linked to the physical flows and information flow and material. Physical flow, as I told you, physical flow is transformation, raw material movement, unfinished goods movement. And this is really important. Information flow is not visible, but you can see that how through information technology you can see information flows, how parties are coordinating each other, how parties are communicating each other, how parties are going to control their operations. Information technology are another standard books will be there, like the previous stage will be coming to the next stage. So I think that's why supply chain management is also defined as the management of upstream. That is upstream is suppliers and downstream value added flow of material. And simultaneous and direct information among suppliers and content research and this is the final definition that we can understand. So but before you understand this definition, you know what is so if you keep writing the flows, different flows, three flows you are seeing. So and also and storage of goods. When you're talking about movement and storage of goods, movement and storage of suppose it is assembly, sub-assembly should be there. For assembly, so full car assembly not. So again, for full car assembly, different assemblies should be joined together. That is called working process. Or semi-finished, then proceed forward from the point of origin to point of origin means suppliers, raw material, and point of So even they are thinking the set of approaches. Supply chain is a set of approaches which like efficiently creating units that is as manufacturers, warehouses, stores. India is produced, the product, a service is produced and distributed right locations, right? Time. It is very hard, right? Right? So you can say the supply chain management of providing right product, time, right place, right cost, right company. It is all off. People are four or five of people. So again, if you see that producer customer, so this information is already happening. You upstream. So again, product and service flow is there, cash flow is there, and reverse commodity flow is there. And one producer cash flow is customer is providing money, either the amount of or in the form of it or the so the customer is when the customer is billing for the information and cash flow into this from customer. The reverse product flow is there. Reverse product flow is some of the product may be rejected. The process meant what reverse flow. It was returnable scanning. It was returnable. So there are different definitions of these definitions. The ethics definition is there. Whatever we discussed today, same. So, for example, when Nash Malco, we use a sample from a small case. National Aluminum Company has an aluminum ore. It is going to extract aluminum ore and converts it to aluminum metal. There's Nalco company in the public sector. This company is this company aluminum metal is shipped to super tech industries at back. Aluminum metal is and it's to super tech industries. They convert aluminum to cans. So aluminum is supplied, extracted ore. And what super tech industry do is aluminum they cans, fully to cans. And cans are these companies in this Buildings. Yeah, this is the beverage company. So they require aluminum oil, gas, power, beverage company. So same logic, what happened? Using same logic. Malco also has second type of supplier, Malco is second type of supplier. Who is the second type supplier? Primary supplier, second type supplier. The supplier, secondary supplier. The first supplier is the main supplier, primary supplier, then first tier supplier, then secondary supplier, third tier supplier. It's supplier of suppliers. It is suppliers of suppliers. So the wheel is along with this. There's bar, half, yeast, and all. And from this industry, you need to contain the product and the combined carton. So it is contained. This cans are so we combine the cartons. This is going to sell the packaged beverage to yes in India. Again, distribution. The company is going directly go to you. And such that finished goods to retailers like DSM, transport carriers. The movement of material is going to be voice is going to be the partner supply. Voice is going to be partner supply. Not supply chain with partner policy. Voice is supply chain with macro. Voice is this part of supply chain and that is movement of material. Again, beverage can sell packaged beverage to this company and distribute in turn to finish goods to the transport carriers. We move and distribute. See this example, what happens? See, my goods and information go to the supplier to customer. This is very important. Object of supply chain is to maintain a customer service and minimize maintain the customer service. How do you maintain the customer service? So higher customer service can be minimized the high levels of inventory. Therefore, holding cost. Want to see that your product will be available all the time. And any have factors. But if you keep low inventory, most is you occupied with more capital. And one object, how do you minimize the customers, maintain the customer service and minimize the cost. How you surprise problems and beyond yes, the supply chain especially. Try to understand their problems and then see that continuous supply chain. So this there are many different companies if you see different products will be there. So different product will be given by different companies in different ways. How do you standardize? First you have to standardize and reduce the variety election. If you standardize, variety will come. That's going to happen. Otherwise, it is very difficult to monitor the entire market for the all the products also may not standardize. When you minimize total cost, as I told you, want to do cost or cost can be distribution cost, production cost, all these costs here. So then how do you minimize the product? You know, not object control. Okay. And also quality control. Quality. Yeah, that's why I take that. There is diagnosis in lab or calculate that. So to calculate And if the demand is heavily increasing, the world will increase their capacity. If not, there are only try to be problem the fight. And all this flexibility can movement leadership of culture. When you keep more between the more leads to more problem. See, just in time supply, of course, this is a Japanese concept, just in time. So the just in time concept is going to that means the material has to be arrived just before you start your production. So it's not that the raw material you procure and then just wait for some time, store it, and then rehandle it and make it manufacture fish. Just the moment truck is coming, you have to note it. A lot of supply is also very important. But just in time, it's always cash cycles, acceleration. Supply chain, city supply chain, how do they ensure the delivery of safe and safe and comfortable condition? This, in the sense, temperature should not be dropped. It should be warm, never customer is going to reject it. So delivery means you have to deliver on time. The best of throughput is so how do you minimize the processing time? So that is per unit of time. So the unit time can be reduced. So the reduction time, cycle time has to be reduced. So these are all some of the important features and objectives. So then functions coming to the supply chain functions integration. As I told, integration of all software of integration is required to this. Other function of supply chain operations. How do you operate this? Well, you can do the other functions. When purchasing, you also not be of fulfilling officers and they need to the functions to our then distribution, product distribution of the goods. All the important things that you can see. There are some subsidiary functions because of that marketing distribution for function from manufacture to develop and delivery. They very complex and quite involved. So these are the problem from their supply chain strategy, and then supply chain plans. Supply plan source may deliver it. support for the supplier relation, uh, logistics management, customer service management, and then performance management. Then the schedule implement information is fed back to support optimization, distributors, retail. So here information system is there, human resource management is there. So these are common to all. Common to all. So that's why the expected the framework will be like this. This trade strategy supply chain management plans. If you see the figure 1.4, operational organized strategy is going to be whole improvements or business. The whole organization will position under management. It's already very good. So now coming to the supply chain. So some components and production. So they look like so now supposing they could complete for this scale. The company manufacturer and customer to suppliers and partners they have supply chain to suppliers. So it is good in different levels for supply chain. Then life cycle activities can because this can support functions. Whole supply chain core can be customer relation material, but it has to be get back to the production unit for reprocess or rework. So that is what there was the movement of materials from customer to vendor. But remanufacturing of this partition and the manage remanufacture the cost will be cost will be high. In this cases, resource goes to at least one step back for the products reversing from See the material. 77 cents. 77 cents. Supply, manufacturing, distribution, FIs, organized, and primary items, various things. So what happens is here the data user at the retail and to supply that is yours. Even so, when you talk about value chain, value is only customer value. How do you customer base not the company? So cost is not part of the how do you at this stage of the supply chain? Value from is very important. Whether the person is paying satisfaction or not. Probably most people ask the question in questions. The value is clearly from the and value is from the supply chain point of view, you understand. And you see that more in the supply chain, so raw materials to finish this and then things happen. So you have going to have a cost in the proper value chain, you're going to have a strong infrastructure, then for understand what maybe supply chain, then you can convert one operations. So this diagram is about to customer input for the cost. And so you will be aware that the farmers also understand from the focus on both development and then service like development and training. Yeah, well, you should see very close to this wagon. Very honest service. Customer service wagon. So, good ways. So, the line chicken. So, you have to look at what the market and what products are required by the customer or not. And how you giving service, how you make the customers happy, and what kind of benefits you have from value chain, and what price that you are giving. So, you the quality should be maintained. Right source, sometimes the quality of material not good, so you are not creating value. Right? Value change to value. So, yeah, same thing that you are doing logistics, operations, marketing, one logistics customer. Combined with the values chain, value delivery, route and service. So both you are combining, so which is going to be mapping work. And procurement and inbound logistics, operations, marketing, then inbound logistics, then customer service. How you can say, let a customer service. So ultimately, value service technology. So how do you look at this? Okay. He is going to ensure value. Okay. That's then automation. Automation in supply chain is going to be very important. Automation is the minimum flow of material. Material flow, there should not be any wastage. So the more you talk about automation, resource optimization, how can you minimize the how can you minimize inventory and how can you minimize the how can you minimize the inventory number of employees, how can you minimize the data, the software, how can you minimize the material also. Total cost will come. Total space of resources will be there. But what you are doing, that how you are going to of resources so that the minimization of resources will be making you more productive, more production, more components of part. So problems of confined and problem of complexity confined to supply chain. What are the problems here? So problems in the supply chain confined active supply chain integration can be there, all transfers will be coordinated, all this. But there are issues are there. If you are able to address these issues, definitely will be having complexity supply chain, increase number of components. It will be more number of partners to there, more complexity of networking there, and all problems in the so transparency in the there. And coordination is a difficult thing, integration is a difficult thing, information sharing will not going to happen because sharing systems are not properly integrated, all these things. So all these things leading to lower profit, higher cost, lower performance, all these things are problem areas. How do you minimize that? That is also one of the important complex problem have to be minimized. Okay. Then modeling. So there is a modeling supply chain modeling concept inventory model, the purchasing model,
ఏందమ్మా
delivery models, all
పేరు
this is. So what are the so this resource allocation again you have to look at how capability of resources, accuracy, all these things, all this, then data types. So all these things after I have given you what is supply chain and definition, objectives, and functions of supply chain and how do you understand supply chain, different supply chain advantages and supply chain using upstream and downstream of supply chain using reverse supply chain concept of the in operational modeling is a little advanced topic that we will discuss a little later, but how do you optimize the resource? Let's do our discuss. So with this, I think today we will conclude the session. Is it fine? Fine. The introduction part is over. Introduction part is over. We will see next week other unit. Fine. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Sir, class is over, sir.
Yeah, over. Class is over.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. I am leaving.
Okay, sir.